Well, the barns have been around for eons, and here in southwest Nebraska, you didn't hardly have a homestead without a barn. You needed it to protect your equipment, to house your horses, to store hay in the top of the barns for hay loft. They used barns for milking their cows. They had hogs on one side usually and chicken house on the other, connected with it all. And it was a way to survive a very harsh land, and it worked for a lot of generations. Nowadays though, if you have a barn on your place, it can cost you an extra $300 in taxes a year. And if you're not using it, that's $300 out of pocket just for a building sitting there that you don't use. They tear them down the first thing they do, and they bulldoze homestead after homestead, and the barn's usually the first thing after the house to go down. In their time though, the barns were an interesting place. They had dances in the barn. They played basketball in the barns. Long before they had $10 million gymnasiums built by the taxpayers, each farm could have their own basketball team inside there and playing basketball. I'm up in a loft here in a so-called haunted barn in southwest Nebraska. The loft is, of course, the upstairs of a barn, if you will. This is where they used to store their feed and their hay, and rest assured, it was big enough they could even play basketball or different games up in here if they so desired. I had a number of elderly men tell me that they knew of a woman or two that had no problem going up into the loft with them. And rest assured, it's pretty safe to assume that more than a few of the milkmaids in southwest Nebraska lost their virtue in the loft, in the hay or on the hay. The old saying of a roll in the hay had real meaning back then. This old barn, it's gonna go down. Most of them have. There are very few. Only one out of every 100 barns that were here 100 years ago are still standing. And this is one of them that's still standing, but just barely. And so I'm real careful where I walk. But you can feel in the other barns that I've been in, when suicides were committed or different crimes, I really don't feel the hate or any evil in this barn. In fact, I almost feel joy and happiness that I can feel from within this. So quite apparently, this barn only knew work and maybe some pleasure. But rest assured, there are other barns in southwest Nebraska that you can walk into and you feel the hate. This is McCook's Mr. Bill. Rate this film.